Gaming but getting hammered because of low FPS on your display? Finally need an upgrade to a new gaming monitor? We're checking out this 1440p Rocksoul 27-inch curved panel. I'm Rick at Techspin, and we've got exciting contests monthly now with our Drive to 5 giveaways. Be sure to connect with us on social media and get the latest reviews by clicking that subscribe button below and that bell icon with new content weekly. So we've got this Rocksoul 27-inch curved gaming monitor in for review. This is our second time with a Rocksoul monitor. Oh, and I need to make a correction on the last review. The 31.5-inch version does support PS4 Pro. We incorrectly stated it doesn't. I retested it and suddenly it started working. It's weird because I'm sure I played on my 1080p TV after doing 4K testing, so the PS4 display auto option somehow didn't work. Good to keep a PC or TV nearby for testing though, I guess. Weird. Again, the 31.5-inch panel does support PS4 and PS4 Pro at normal display resolutions of 1080p. Rocksoul also manufactures gaming keyboards and mice, in addition to sponsoring esports gaming teams internationally. And Rocksoul sent us this nice curved 27-inch panel for review, and we've got to put it through some testing. So let's check it out on today's episode. So the Rocksoul RSGM 27M3C has got a really interesting red and black theme. This 27-inch 2560 by 1440p 144Hz monitor retails on Amazon US for $350. This VA panel delivers a 3000:1 contrast ratio with a 178 degree wide viewing angle and 1800 radius curve, with a brightness of 250 candela and 99% sRGB color coverage, and it has FreeSync as well as FPS optimized settings for a 4.8 millisecond response time. And this display has an anti-glare screen with low blue light settings to be easy on your eyes. The black legs and metallic red stand support the panel, as well as giving it a -5 to +12 degree tilt adjustment. The stand for the Rocksoul 27-inch has a height adjustment of 9 cm, which slides up and down with just a bit of force applied. One nice touch is that there is a spot on the rear of the stand to attach an optional clip, providing a convenient rest for a pair of gaming headphones. First time I'm seeing this on a gaming monitor. If you want to remove the stand, it's possible to VESA mount this panel with the 75mm inset holes, but we'll get to that later. Inside the box is a power cable, DisplayPort cable, as well as an instruction booklet which goes over the OSD menu settings, and the headphone clip too. For connections, they are hidden inside this removable cover, and we have one HDMI 1.4, one HDMI 2.0, and one DisplayPort 1.2. The HDMI 2.0 and DisplayPort support 1440p at 144Hz. The manual is saying DisplayPort supports FreeSync, and the HDMI should also, though we are unable to test that here currently as we don't have any current gen AMD video cards. The dark red bottom bezel is unique and gives this Rocksoul panel a splash of color on your desktop. And the super slim outside bezel measures in at just 1.5mm on the sides, and the interior screen bezel measures 6.5 mils, for 8mm from pixel to air. The control buttons are bottom right and are easy enough to access and press, and the power LED is down firing. You can catch the blue circle on the desk when on. Around the back, the rear of the panel is very subtle, letting the details of the stand pop out a bit more. The monitor is super stable, and no lie, this is the most stable monitor we've seen come through here in our wobble test. Powered on, we see the Rocksoul logo come on, and then the desktop. At 1440p, the 3.7 million pixels are almost double the 2 million pixel capacity of a 1080p screen, so lots of real estate. And, in sleep mode, it skips the logo and just goes to the desktop. Testing out the monitor with some backdrops, and the 99% sRGB coverage makes the colors really pop, looking vibrant and very well rendered. There's a small moire effect from my camera, and of course, in person, the screen looks perfect. Note that I'm showing you this on standard screen mode. I'm still new to Fortnite, but I'm really enjoying the more than double resolution increase over standard 1080p, which looks really beautiful. With Fortnite set to 144 frames a second, and the GPU doing 144Hz in the NVIDIA graphics properties, you get a really awesome experience, super responsive and no tearing when rapidly moving on screen. For outputting 1440p, you should use the included DisplayPort cable. At 144Hz, The max data rate going to the screen is 14.1 gigabits a second, and the HDMI 2.0 spec has a max data rate of 14.4 gigs a second, so any sharp bends, interference, or especially long cables can lead to the display black screening or blanking out for a few seconds. DisplayPort 1.2's max data rate is 17.3 gigabits, so more headroom and stability. I enjoyed the Rocksoul 27-inch and it's really capable of a great gaming experience, with a gorgeous picture and really high refresh rate the gamers will appreciate. And no ghosting or tearing to report. The display is nice and sharp and works flawlessly. Please take a moment to like this video, and if you like what you see, then please do subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified when I upload new content. So the Rocksoul 27-inch does work with Nintendo Switch plugged into the HDMI 2.0 port, providing a great gaming experience. There's no audio jack out from this monitor, but luckily the built-in speakers are surprisingly not bad. 3 watts times 2, so 6 watts total power. It's quiet, but you can actually hear it, and it scores better than average in our testing. I did get my PS4 Pro to work on it. We did have a little bit of trouble, so we switched out the HDMI cable, and it seemed to only work on the HDMI 2.0 port, as well as the Switch only worked on the 2.0 port, so that's a little bit weird. Maybe I'll have some problems with the connector or something. I'll have to talk to Rocksoul about it later. But after we got it working, it provides a really great picture and a very good response. Going over the buttons on the monitor, the second button in controls the screen modes, going to text, movie, game, FPS, RTS, and back to standard. Third button in turns on the Gaming Crosshairs Assist mode, with 4 different options to choose from. Fourth button controls RGB range, which I would have liked to see assignable to volume, especially since there are built-in speakers. Last button on the right is power, so let's hit the first button instead, and a nice menu feature is showing the resolution and frequency, and if you're doing picture-in-picture, it lists the second source also. After input source, there's brightness and contrast, and you can set the DCR or dynamic contrast ratio on here. And back off again. Color setting has access to gamma, and here I'm going to change the temperature to cool. Where it says user, it changes the picture modes also. Low blue light has 4 steps, going from 0 to 100. Next is picture quality setting with sharpness and response time. High is supposed to be 1 millisecond and off is 12 milliseconds. Noise reduction and super resolution help if you're using a lower resolution than 1440p. Dynamic luminous control does a grayscale adjustment, and you can turn on FreeSync here. In display, there's aspect ratio with widescreen, 4:3, and auto, and the DisplayPort version. Audio has mute and volume control for the built-in speakers, and you can choose the source. Multi-window has options for picture-in-picture, and I'm showing picture-by-picture, which puts 2 windows side by side. You can choose the secondary input, and when you're doing picture-in-picture, you can adjust the size and also the position, or swap them. And scrolling down to the last option, Other, you can put the menu in English, Chinese, Korean, or Spanish, and you can adjust the OSD menu position, transparency, timeout, and rotation to your liking, and finally reset all to default. The Rocksoul RSGM 27M3C is a feature-packed 27-inch 1440p 144Hz display on Amazon for $350, with a really unique stand and color scheme. With an amazing display, thin 8mm pixel-to-air bezel, and a high stand with height and tilt adjustment, with an optional headphone hook on the back, and a decent menu system, this Rocksoul 27-inch earns a Techspin Gold Award for a really great build quality and feature set. We really like the 2 HDMI inputs, one of which along with the DisplayPort are capable of 1440p at 144Hz, and the picture-in-picture and picture-by-picture abilities, with a sharp, vibrant screen that's really responsive. Compared to the Rocksoul 32 we tested, we didn't find any difference in quality, just a slightly smaller size with this 27-inch. Same as the last, I enjoyed the improved resolution over a 1080p screen, and the colors were excellent with the added bonus of built-in speakers. Great things are the PC gaming performance, along with handling PS4 Pro and Switch at 1080p, which worked well and looks great, and with some better than average sound with the built-in speakers. They're better than average for monitor speakers, though TV speakers are kind of a tier up, so don't get it twisted. 1440p is a good mid-step up from 1080p because most recent graphics cards can handle this resolution without too much of a hit to the frame rates, instead of going to 4K, which will be hard for all but the newest GPUs. FreeSync support is great, and with NVIDIA's announcement of FreeSync support, this monitor is great for both recent AMD graphics cards, as well as NVIDIA GTX 10 series Pascal and RTX 20 series Turing GPUs. I'm happy to see a dedicated button for screen modes, especially as I change modes myself daily. There's a couple of things though I need to mention. The button used for RGB limited or full would have been much better served controlling the volume or picture-in-picture side-by-side features. And VESA mounting is difficult with this monitor. I've mounted several monitors now for production and studio use, and buying and installing a VESA mount is a challenge in itself. Rocksoul uses a smaller than standard 75mm spacing, and that wouldn't be an issue, as standard 100mm mounts include 75mm holes. But the inset design of the 75mm means you'll now have to find matching spacers as well as longer than normal bolts. We have mounts and extra bolts on hand, but can't mount this 27-inch, and that's frustrating. The installed bolts are basically plugs, as you can't use them for mounting. Now, this could have been made easier for the end user with a $2 screw and spacer kit in the box, or better, resolved with the mounts outside the plate area at a standard 100mm spacing. Last is a cosmetic issue. The color of the metallic shine red on the stand and the bezel are close in shade, but not the same finish. Not a big deal for me, but a little different. Rocksoul has a great 27-inch monitor here that delivers an excellent experience with great features. And if you want to support us here at Techspin, please use our affiliate links to buy. It'll help us out here with no extra cost to you. Overall, we really like the quality of this display. It's a sweet monitor and a great upgrade over 1080p panels, which can really give you great performance for next level gaming. Thanks again go to Rocksoul for sending us this monitor for a review. Now I'll turn this over to you guys to hear your ideas. What do you think of 1440p monitors? And what features are you looking for when you buy? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to connect with us online. Join us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Techspin Review. So which brand of monitor are you using right now? And is there one that you're looking at buying? If you find a good deal on Amazon or eBay, don't forget to let us and our viewers know. That'd be great. And if this review was informative or gave you some ideas, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button or tell us how we can improve for next time. To see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe for new content and be sure to click that bell icon to get notified when we put up a new video. We like to check the comments, so if you have a question or if we missed something, then please do tell us down below. And we always like to hear your ideas for episodes, so let us know what you'd like to see next. We really appreciate you watching this far. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you on the next. Bye for now.